I hope you have a lot of beepers, because I have a potty mouth.
What do a race car driver, a tank commander, and a guy obsessed with suspension have in common? They all helped build the heart of a Ski-Doo. No, this isn't bar talk after a long ride. These are just few legends we wrangled to tell the story of Ski-Doo's two-stroke engines. So, kick back, relax, because today we're getting into the nitty-gritty of what makes our engines so epic.
Hey everybody, I'm Carl Kuster, and I live in British Columbia, and I run Carl Kuster Mountain Park.
Okay, for those of you that don't know, Carl is one of Ski-Doo's most accomplished ambassadors. So much so that he gets to test and torture the sleds at his own sled park. His relationship with Ski-Doo is like, well, let's let him describe it.
I'm probably known as a pain in the ass because it's always about the details, but the diagnostical side of riding, to be able to ride the snowmobile, it makes such a refined product.
Before Carl even touches a sled, every Rotax two-stroke engine faces brutal testing in our state-of-the-art dyno labs. Each production version is pushed for hours under punishing, real-world throttle conditions well beyond what any rider could dish out. The goal: prove every Rotax two-stroke meets the highest standards of power, reliability, and efficiency. And it all comes down to one shared innovation: E-Tec. It's the basis of every two-stroke we make. E-Tec engines lead in power and efficiency thanks to BRP's unique voice coil injectors, which deliver fuel precisely when the exhaust port is closed, maximizing combustion and minimizing waste.
So E-Tec help us because we have a direct injection.
Before ripping treads on snow, Seb ripped rubber on asphalt as a race car driver, and he's here to explain why E-Tec is a game changer.
And this allows us to inject a small fuel quantity at the right time and ignite it with the spark plug.
It's this exclusive technology that's opened the doors to some of the most innovative engine technologies in the sport. For example, the lightweight batteryless shot starting system is only possible with an E-Tec engine, which means you'll only find it on a Ski-Doo two-stroke snowmobile.
The clever idea behind it is basically using the hardware we already have to carry on the snowmobile and using that hardware to make the engine start. So usually on a let's say on a car or any other let's say power sport toy, we use starters. So we have to have a battery, we need to have relay, huge cables and so on to start in order to make the engine start. This weight, it's add a lot of weight to the package. The shot is using what we have on it, and just by adding a small capacitor, so less than a pound, we can basically use the hardware to make it start. That was totally, let's say, new to our sport. Nobody else is doing it.
The shot starter changed everything, dropping serious weight and giving riders push-button starts without a battery or starter. It's a Ski-Doo exclusive, made possible only by E-Tec technology. And the innovation didn't stop there. When engineers built the world's first 850cc two-stroke, they loaded it with breakthroughs: plasma-coated cylinders, forged crankshafts, and more, setting the stage for next-level snowmobile performance with the Rotax 850 E-Tec. That 850 became the foundation for a true game-changer. The Rotax 850 E-Tec Turbo, the world's first factory-built two-stroke turbo engine entirely designed by Rotax. It delivers unmatched power at roughly half the weight of an aftermarket turbo. A short intake tract with a clever bypass eliminates turbo lag, feeding air directly to the engine before boost kicks in. The electronically controlled wastegate and smart ECM work in sync, adjusting boost and fuel with surgical precision so throttle response stays instant no matter the altitude. Plasma coating is another breakthrough.
So basically, a long time ago, we were plating our cylinders with Nicosil, which was, let's say, not as good for environment. So Rotax developed a new technology that is basically spraying iron through the liner, creating some porosity into the surface and trapping some oil. We get more robustness and reliability out of it.
Let's meet another Ski-Doo engineer who can take us further down this rabbit hole. Meet Misha.
With the plasma cylinder, you don't see a difference in ring wear anymore. It stabilizes. Because plasma is like a porous sponge somehow. Not as flat as mirror like a Nikkasi was. So it has a lot of oil retention. And that stabilizes ring wear. You will not be able to tell me how many hours, if this is a low hour or a high hour piston, you cannot tell the difference anymore. It stabilizes.
E-Tec, shot starter, plasma coating. All of these things added up to one thing, turbo. Mathieu here from the Deep Snow team explains.
I think two-stroke turbo was a game changer in the sport. It really made a difference, whereas you have no excuses. You get the horsepower, now it's all about driving skills. It changed the way we ride. You know, there was a lot of point and shoot before, so you were picking a super steep line and you were going straight. Now that we have turbo factory, it's kind of, I would say, easier to do. So guys challenge themselves in other places. They do more of technical riding, sidling, and stuff like that. So I think it steered the sport in a different way. And I'm very proud that Ski-Doo was leading that innovation and was pushing the sport and other OEM to move in that direction.
You know, it was the world's first two-stroke turbo in any application, and they were so detailed that they actually built their own turbo. They didn't take technology from anywhere else, they built it from scratch. Like classic Rotax, you know, they wanted to have control over every minute detail, and that really shows in the reliability, durability, and performance.
But who says turbos are just for mountain riders? Meet the Rotax 850 E-Tec Turbo R with water injection. A 180 horsepower powerhouse that thrives at any elevation. To fight power-robbing heat, Rotax created another first, a patented water methanol injection system. It automatically cools intake air from the turbo when needed, keeping temperatures low and power high. The result? Where others fall flat, Ski-Doo riders know they've got industry-leading performance every time they hit the throttle.
So power delivery, we're very proud about it. I could say that on a snowmobile, the power delivery, two-stroke, four-stroke, we have a certain DNA and we're sticking to it.
And that DNA isn't exclusive to the sleds. Luke Lester of Snowtrax Media knows this as good as anyone.
Ski-Doo riders are without a doubt some of the most passionate snowmobilers that you will ever meet. They are passionate, they are relentless, they are stubborn. But Ski-Doo riders, we always say they have yellow underwear.
Indeed. Call it passion or call it madness. We just call it Ski-Doo engineering at full throttle. So, next time you drop down a chute, buzz a frozen lake, or rail a corner like it owes you money, remember, you're riding years of sweat, sparks, swearing, and stubborn brilliance.